crazy electrician shrunken head strategies that he was talking about.
Oh, troll honey, troll honey. Honey and no-tail trolling.
What else was new?
No, but yeah, but Fly, I mean, God, the guy is just so smart when it comes to Han and drafting.
Yeah.
I mean, I've never met anybody that's just understood the game as well as him. I really haven't. And I don't think he's ever going to, quote-unquote, lose it as far as, like, understanding the strategy and metagame of Han. And the only thing that probably might set him back just a little bit is the lockpicking mode, because it is different and takes some time to get used to. But
yeah.
I feel like he'll have no problem in doing that.
Yeah, and I know him, just like so many other competitors out there, a little bit timid in the beginning with lockpicking, you know, just kind of unsure of really, is it the best move for the meta? Is it the best transition to make as far as a new pick mode? But it seems like as time has gone on, just like, you know, it's change is always a scary thing initially, but once you start getting used to it, and again, there's still, well, with that said, there's still plenty more to learn from it, I'm sure, and there's plenty more strategies down the line, but the teams are starting to get a little bit more developed in now, and of course Fnatic, including them with that, and specifically Fly. So we are having some locks taking place here, so we'll talk about the blind bans first. Ophelia and Wild Soul blind banned by BREZ, actually, and then Pebbles and Tundra, of course, blind banned by Fnatic. So what do you make of a Wild Soul, especially? Over there banned by BREZ.
Well, Wild Soul seems to be banned very frequently lately against Fnatic. You know, Wild Soul or Lone Druid is very, very popular in the metagame of Dota 2, and Fnatic, I think, has tried to bring that over, and with great success. I mean, and we've seen other teams utilize Wild Soul very, very effectively, either in the long lane, you know, pulling the creeps back from the wave, back to your tower safely, getting free experience, or, you know, I think Fnatic actually solos him in the short lane, and Trixie plays a great Wild Soul. And that hero has so much potential. I mean, when played right and in the right hands, it just has so much pushing power, and this gets so damn tanky. Mm-hmm. And I think BREZ has done their homework and realized that, and so kind of a respect ban, really, against this Fnatic team.
Yeah, and again, back to BREZ. You've spending so much time talking about Fnatic for good reason. Of course, one of the most popular teams, and again, one of the better teams in Han's history, even. But BREZ, I am intrigued by these guys because, like I was talking about, you know, when it comes to TMM and solo matchmaking and whatnot, like they are respected. They are known players, and I'm sure you could vouch for that when it comes down to it. But as far as their actual tournament competitive experience, maybe not as much as a lot of these other teams. So I'm really curious to see how they perform and what they're, you know, whether or not that lack of experience is ultimately going to hurt them like it does for so many teams. You just got to go through that process. But yeah, really intrigued by these guys. The locking phase, Polywog Priest Behemoth, Bubbles, Magnus, and then Shadowblade and Pandemonium. I got to think those last two are more the quote-unquote troll bands here. To finish it off. So really almost a four-hero lock pool, but those 4 heroes, fantastic heroes, of course.
Yeah, they are great, but now the thing to think about with this lockpick pool is that there's really no hard support in there. So that's one thing you have to make sure when you're drafting this, is that if you want to draft some sort of tri-lane or, you know, 2 dual lanes that are very strong with the support, you got to make sure you pick both of them up now before the lockpicking phase begins, because then if you don't, then you're screwed. You're like, oh crap, now I have to have like a Magnus support in a two melee dual lane or something weird like that. So that's the thing about lockpick mode, is that you really got to be prepared and look ahead.
Yeah. So looking forward to seeing what the picks are from that locking phase and how they actually play out. The bans ended up being Moraxis, Parasite, Jerizai, Keeper of the Forest, Magebane, and Nymphora. So actually quite a bit of... What do you think of heroes like Keeper of the Forest and Parasite banned over even a Tempest? So Tempest left open as a jungle. Wow, these picks are going flying by the way. So if you want to talk about those actually, but...
Well, I was just going to say, the Glacius Dark Lady was very, very obvious coming from Fnatic. I mean, I can't stress enough how easy it is for Dark Lady to farm in any situation, and she'll get picked up continuously.
Yeah.
But sorry, you asking about the Parasite?
Well, how Tempest is left open when you have other junglers being banned here.
Oh, right. I could very well see Tempest picked up here right now, actually, by Fnatic.
Yeah.
That would give you some kind of, like, maybe strong pseudo tri-lane bottom if they decide to with Glacius, and maybe... Well, no, they'd have to do like a Glacius Magnus. Yeah, no, they wouldn't be able to do it. So what they're probably going to do on Fnatic... Tempest doesn't work out unless you have a really good, like, suicide laner.
Yeah.
So they could do it, I guess, if they pick Bubbles, but the thing is what if we pick Tempest? Like, what if Fnatic picks Tempest and then BREZ picks Bubbles? Like, okay, well, our entire strategy is screwed.
Oh, we just go Pandemonium. We'll be fine.
Yeah. So that's another thing to think about. Is like, I think that's what Hottie is referring to. It's kind of like you don't get to really see it right there. Bubbles is chosen, so if they picked Tempest, they would have been kind of screwed.
Yeah, that would have hurt them. So they go with the Witch Slayer, and as you were kind of stating there, definitely makes a little bit more sense. And intrigued to see if we see it. Sure enough, the Witch Slayer played in a solo role, as you've been stressing on lately as well. We have seen him played in more support, and doesn't seem like it's worked out as well. So Legion team, though, I mean, they actually got some interesting picks over there. So they started off with the Luna, of course, very solid first pick, and then they followed up with Armidon and Master of Arms. So back-to-back days now, we actually get to see Master of Arms. Didn't do as well yesterday. Looking forward to seeing if Easy Breezy has a much better time with Master of Arms here.
Like I said, I love the hero. I think it has so much potential, and I know Fnatic was very, they were huge fans of Master of Arms. Not this last DreamHack, the one before DreamHack win in 2011. And then, like I said, for some reason, just kind of died off. But man, I don't know why. The hero was very, very strong. And Fnatic actually finishes it off with Behemoth and Polywog. Maybe a support Poly or a support Witch. I normally don't like support Witch, as No Tail's playing the Poly side. Doubt it will be a support Poly, but
Okay, I was going to say, Hani was playing Witch Slayer there when Trixie was on Behemoth. I was like, what is going on? But they do swap at the last second. So we are going to see Hani Behemoth. And then Witch Slayer Trixie. So that, yeah, I guess,
that's going to be like a pseudo tri-lane bottom with a Witch, Glacius, Behemoth, I think, farming.
Yeah.
And then probably a solo Dark Lady top. Not 100% sure, but we'll see.
Yeah, and we do see right now, obviously, all 5 heroes, in fact, heading towards the top lane. So, of course, I don't expect it to stay that way by any means, but I want to protect that ward spot similar to what Trademark or the former Trademark Esports, not Complexity Gaming, does, as we talked about when we casted them the other day. So,
yep, it's just that important, guys. For all you teams looking out there and watching, it's simply that important to protect your polos like that.
Yeah. So they're going to send all 5 up there, protected, and as you see, Magnus, Master of Arms, and Armidon are heading up to the top side. So we'll see if they actually run into each other. You see the Legion Courier is spotting. The Hellborn team not actually using their Courier. In fact, it's not even upgraded. Yeah. Wow. That is something there. Usually you see at the very least upgraded and usually scouting with it even, but oh my god, are we going to have a 5 versus 4 skirmish here to begin? This is crazy. Both teams really near each other. Is anyone actually going to be spotted? It doesn't look like it. They're going to sneak right past them.
Wow.
And Easy Breezy is just going to camp this. Okay, they're going to come back actually. Okay, here we go. We got a big 5 brewing. Master of Arms going to be the one to see them first. And initiation will begin right here. The Tundra, or the Ice Prince are going to use the Tongue Tat on top of that. Or excuse me, it was Tundra Blast. Lava Surge coming out. You see the finish time blocking Luna right here, but she's still able to auto attack. Master of Arms will go down. So Bloodlust go coming out for Fnatic Raid Call to start things off. And the Legion team is in complete retreat mode here. Of course, they were outnumbered from the beginning. As a result, Bubbles already going to the bottom lane. Looks like Luna maybe up. Nope, she's going to get a Graveyard Stun. There's a Taint Soul. And one more auto attack should do her in. Witch Slayer will pick up the rock and roll taunt right there. And actually, Armidon getting caught. Tongue Tie coming out. All 5 just sitting on top of him. And this has to be one of the worst starts possible for Easy Breezy here.
God.
Already up 3-0. Jesus.
As they go ahead and call a vote to remake the match.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess that just shows you 5 heroes are better than 4. No, I actually think they could have played that just a little bit better. Magnus only stunned 1 hero, and I think in a skirmish like that, you need to really utilize your level 1 stun. It's hard. I mean, the range is small.
Yeah.
But I feel like you could have got at least 2 heroes there in the stun. But I think the bigger issue is just they were playing 5v4 right there and simply outnumbered.
Yeah, again, Bubbles was already sitting at the bottom lane, waiting for the game to start, and he's probably a little bit upset that he didn't get to join all the fun in the party up there at the top lane. But what's done is done, and what I mean by that's already a 3-0 hero kill advantage in favor of Fnatic Raid Call here. They're already up to a 1,400 goal lead, and we haven't even hit the 2-minute mark yet. So, again, just a huge lead here off the bat. We are seeing the lanes, of course, taking place. We have Master of Arms Magnus going up against a Polywog Priest Behemoth here in the middle lane, actually. So Behemoth playing a very, very early roaming style role, and again, especially with Hani on it, this is definitely something we see pretty much all the time, it seems like, when we have him here. So what do you make of this middle lane, though? Middle lane matchup.
I think, let's see, Behemoth is back, and I think Master of Arms should do just fine. I think both Poly and Master of Arms are going to get some farm, and then Magnus and Behe are going to be kind of just like useless for a long time.
Yeah.
We'll probably see some roaming from Behe. Hani's down here now in the bottom room, maybe camping that, placing a ward there to give some sight. And he won't get it, so the rune will be top, and Polywog will go ahead and get that.
Yeah.
I would have definitely liked to see Master Farms been on top of that better. I mean, the wave is already pushed up. He should have been kind of like attacking the wave and then moving towards the rune at the same time. That's a strategy that a lot of mid players use.
Yeah.
So yeah, unfortunately, Polywog gets that DD, and that's going to play a role here in this mid lane because now she's going to get pretty much free reign for the next 2 waves.
Yeah. Yeah, we see double damage drain effect already putting an auto attack onto Master of Arms right there. Again, forcing him to play very passive. You see the trash talk coming up from Magnus. That actually Fisher Stun. Oh, it's going to be canceled right there. Of course, with that Lava Surge, he's able to get around the Fisher block. But if Polywog Priest was close enough, they could actually set a combination up. But not able to get... Oh, Bloodlust kill at the bottom lane, though. Watching the middle lane going back and forth. But Bubbles taken out by Witchslayer here, with the level 2 Graveyard and the level 2 miniaturization. So can't say I saw that coming at the bottom lane.
Yeah, I know, definitely. And, well, it tells you guys Trixie still got it. And he is a long lane Witchslayer now against the short lane Bubbles and does go ahead and get the kill. I mean, Bubbles, I feel like could have manned up right there. I don't know if you were watching that. He came back with full HP, full mana, and Witchslayer didn't really have much. And, I'm disappointed. I feel like he could have made something of that. But good job by Trixie to get that kill there. I'm surprised that he got it only at level 4. Usually Witchslayers can get kills at like level 5, definitely level 6, but
yeah.
Before that it's very rare.
Oh, Behemoth coming to the top lane. You already see the initiation happening. Dark Plate's activated on top of Luna. That Fissure Stun hitting. Great maximum range Fissure Stun there by Hani. Guarantees the kill onto a Luna. Armadon going to kind of stand his ground, but he's still in a lot of trouble right here. He's going to keep spamming the quills, of course, trying to maybe scare them off. Taint Soul going to be used. Behemoth has another Fissure Stun in 2 seconds, actually. Can he get the angle correct here? No, the nice Luna stun at the last second. And Armadon will survive. Very good timing by Luna right there. If she did not port him when she did, Armadon could have very likely been killed. So very good timing, but still, again, the damage was done. 5-0 hero kill advantage already here for Fnatic Recall. And, oh, by the way, Dark Lady is 3-0-1. Already farming over 500 gold per minute. Obviously skewed, but still, it's just an insane start for him.
Yeah, I mean, the way I look at these heroes, I don't understand why Bubbles is not Suicide Top. And actually, more action... No, okay, never mind. It just doesn't make sense. It's a very, very risky move, actually, to be honest, that Fnatic put Witchslayer long lane. It was kind of just a total call by Fly, and actually more action top, and Behemoth Stun's going to come out onto Armadon as well as all the auto attacks from Era, and Era gets another kill with a Smackdown. He's down 4-0. Yeah. Boy, this is not looking good for BREZ at all at this moment. Yeah,
this is not the start you're looking for. You're already the underdog, of course, coming into this matchup. And you know, the last thing you want is to get off to just a horrid start like this, because then it's just like your morality just goes completely downhill. And it's just like, all right, well, let's just go ahead and move on to game 2 sooner than later. But we are only 5 minutes in, so of course still very early on with that said. But you are playing a Dark Lady being played by Era. That's obviously one of the strongest hero player combinations in the game right now. He will just destroy with that hero, as he's shown so many times. Even if he gets off to a bad start, it seems like he can recover so well. But the fact that he's actually keeping up that 450 plus near the 500 gold per minute mark, I mean, again, getting the kills earlier on no doubt skewed it quite a bit, but he's actually still managing to keep it up. I mean, his creep farm 24-6, obviously one of the better ones in the game. So he's already got his life 2 boots, Ring of Teacher. He already has another nearly 1,000 gold saved up, so he could actually finish his sustainer here. Or maybe even just look to finish his boots. In fact, there we go. The sustainer's going to be finished. To start things off, the Fissure Stun going to miss Master, but Master of Arms turns it around in the middle lane. Oh my gosh, Hani went for the Fissure Stun, and Polywog Priest was expecting him to hit it, but of course it did not. So great turnaround there from BREZ playing the Master of Arms.
Yeah, that was some kind of stutter step action from Behemoth. I don't know if that was just miscommunication. Maybe Hani expected No Tail to morph him first and then follow up with a stun after, but something went wrong there, and that was pretty bad.
Yeah.
But nonetheless, good job by BREZ, and got an easy kill actually there in the mid lane.
Yeah.
What's
that?
Oh, but they are actually going on him now, but the stun comes out, but the morph cannot follow as he's not close enough. He's trying, he actually does get it, and the ward trap will come out.
Yeah, that's a guaranteed kill right there. So, oh my god, maybe it's not actually the Red Master call. He is going to survive. That was really close right there. Great attempt from Master of Arms, actually nearly escaping, but again, whenever you get ward trapped, especially this early on, it's so difficult to get away. So mission complete there between Polywog Priest and Behemoth. They get it the second time, works out for them. But yeah, Master of Arms did his best to try to survive. And Master of Arms has been having a really good game, as you talked about. I mean, he got the turnaround kill. His farm's actually pretty good, but again, after another death right there, being a second in the game because he died earlier on at the very beginning, remember, he is farming only around 230 gold per minute. Again, not bad, but when you look at the whole circumstance of the game right now, you pull up the gold per minute chart, and when you have Polywog, which are both under 300, over 300, and then Dark Hoodie, again, all the way up there at 430 gold per minute here. So I'm not sure what item No-Tail's referring to. If he's referring to the Sacrificial Stone, then no, but of course the Grave Locket is. But yeah, not the upgrade. But you see Magnus and Aluna up here at the top side, so they're going to try to maybe set something up, maybe catch this Dark Liddy out here. And actually, this would be prime time. You do have Glacius attempting to do some polling now. So this is definitely the time to go for the Legion team if they want. But instead, they're going to go for Glacius. And actually, Glacius is going to get caught with the Lava Surge. There's that power throw on top. There's the Aluna stun. And it's going to be enough for the kill. Ice Principle on Magnus. One more auto attack from Aluna. Nice use of the mana battery right there. Going to stay alive. In comes Behemoth with that Fidget stun. So Glacius will survive. And they could turn this around, actually. Dark Lady being blocked. Puts the Taint Soul out, though. It's not going to matter. She's going to eventually come in. Master of Arms with the defensive Master's Call. But it's just too much damage. And another kill coming out for Arrow already.
Yeah, and actually Magnus wants blood, and he's going to find it. So good job there by Secret Sauce, and hopefully he can hide long enough. And I don't know if he's going to get away, though. Trixie, in the meantime, does take out Bubbles yet again. And actually, Magnus had a TP scroll, so good job by him. But yeah, Trixie is just owning this bottom lane. I mean, this Bubbles is now 0-2. Trixie is now 3-0-2. He got one kill from the early skirmish up top there in the jungle. And he's off to a great start.
And, Armadon, actually, nice pitcher block once again. Armadon is going to end up falling right here. Who's going to get the final hit is a question. You see some blocking going on from Behemoth, ends up getting it. Aluna comes in with a stun, but this time not in time. Era is now 6-0-1, 440 gold per minute. She's actually going to be picking up a Rune Cleaver here. And she already has enough gold for one broadsword. Now just needs a second, and we're going to see a very, very early Rune Cleaver. And again, especially on Dark Lady. That's a big no-no. You got Fnatic Raid Call, and they're also known for stacking those camps. You do see right here, right next to them, the triple stack. Obviously, the couple of the other ones a little bit struggling, but you got some doubles over to the right. So, taking care of that is Glacius, of course, being played by Fly. He's kind of stepped up as the new hard support for the team, as a result of Nova leaving, of course, a month ago or so. Actually, maybe even a little bit longer than that now, but. Anyways, No-Tail coming back to the middle lane on Polywog Priest. He has a Ward Trap ready. He was trying to dive on a Master of Arms, but it's not successful. In comes Magnus with the counterstone, though. In comes Bubbles with a follow. Kill going to be used. There's a Song of the Sea. And an easy kill happening on to Polywog Priest right there, which they're Trixie porting in, but not able to get there in time. So, actually a good collapse right there from Easy Breezy, and nice little kill in the middle lane. Yeah,
it was a good little pick-me-up kill there for Breezy playing that Master of Arms again. And again, I love that hero, and it's a shame that they're off to such a bad start, really, at this early game, because I don't think we're really going to be able to see this hero shine.
Yeah.
I want to see this hero shine because it's so good, but you know, Fnatic's playing their A game. You know, this is why they're considered the best team in the world, and that's because they are so consistent, and the players are so good, and they're so smart, and they understand each other so well. And I wanted to mention too, part of the reason why Glacius survived that little skirmish up top there so long is he had a very early mana battery. You know, it's 10 minutes in. He still doesn't have boots. He's been buying a lot of wards, but he really values that mana battery. And actually, Armadon's getting gone on. He gets ward trapped here in the bottom lane. Wow, yet another kill for No-Tail, so good job there with assistance from Hani playing that Behemoth. But yes, back to Fly, is he really understands the power and the value of that mana battery, not just because of an Armadon. I mean, that's part of it, but just as a support in general. When you get charges up, when you have such low HP, the percentage is greater. So it's you know, it's a very important item on supports early on in the game.
Yeah, I mean, that definitely saved him there in that last fight. So as he said, you know, going against Armadon no doubt helps, but still. At the same time, by all means, a very powerful item for support if you can manage to get it early. Yami with the bottom lane. Polywog Priest going to get blast out right here, so he's going to be stunned. Power throw coming out. Now, the wards are still here. That might be enough to scare them off. Probably not, though. Master of Arms. But again, you see the power supply coming into play. He turns around. The electric jolt. The morph going to be used. He's still alive. Tunked it into Armadon. Witzer comes in, takes out Aluna. Armadon the Quill is going to be enough. Oh, he turns around and takes out Master of Arms with this silver bullet right there. He is Graveyard in 1 second. Is it going to be in time? Yes, it is. Trixie big plays at the bottom lane. Hat trick coming out for Trixie right there in Fnatic Raid Call.
Yeah, Trixie's just playing really, really well right now. In fact, he was trying to get that kill initially onto Master of Arms, who kind of fogged him over here on the right, and you could actually hear the ultimate go off. But a lot of players, what they do, get frustrated and try to follow them. But no, he just stood his ground, got used assistance. I think it was actually Armadon, but he got one kill secured, and then stood his ground and got another one, and with the ultimate that was still up. So I mean, Trixie's still playing his game. I mean, this guy has not lost it. He's playing great.
Yeah. No, it's. I've said it many times before, say it again, I'm a fanboy of Trixie, and I was excited to hear that he was coming back for the DreamHoN Summer Championships for Fnatic. Great call, and it's awesome seeing him play here yet again. I mean, he's right now the top level in the game, level 10 Witch Slayer, 6-0-2 again with those hero kill stats, 370 gold per minute, and definitely a good part of why they're having early success here in this game. He's going to continue pushing the bottom lane in the meantime, but you do see in the middle lane, Behemoth running away, going to get Kelfield right here, and there's a follow-up Shell Surf. Good fissure stun though, Green Goo's out though, Power Throw coming out here, Behemoth one more attack, he's going to barely survive, however. Ward Trap going to come out, Master of Arms will not be stuck in it, but he still made a fall. Good use of the power supply at the last second, and he is going to barely survive. As a result of the bottle as well. So very close action. You see the Graveyard Stun just missing as well. So he's able to get away. Aluna now caught out a little bit, but Polywalk Priest no tell, but maybe overstaying your welcome a little bit too much here. Nice Lava Surge by Magnus actually. Sets up a great power throw stun, but it is not over just that. Witch Slayer is still out for more blood. He's going to get one kill. He's going to get taken out though right after he got the Aluna kill. So actually easy breezy coming out on top of that little skirmish here in the middle lane.
Yeah, that was Fnatic doing a little bit of a throw there. I mean, they were kind of fighting a little bit too long, but I mean, that was a great fight. Don't get me wrong, but also in the meantime, you got this guy named Era with his Rune Cleaver, 13 minutes with his Steam Boost completed, and 1,400 gold, just taking out triple stacks, doing what he does, right clicking those creeps, and oh boy, it's gonna be bad when he actually decides to start joining fights because. Well, not that he hasn't been doing that, like, in the top lane or whatever. I should say those fights. Those are just kind of kills offered to him.
Yeah.
Behemoth ulti coming out here in the mid lane. Goes on Armadon with minimal damage, though. His back is turned, but they are still pursuing, doing lots of damage, which there comes in for assistance. Stun coming out from Aluna, but it's not going to be enough. Magma Surge comes in. He's going to channel his ulti as well, but he gets ice blocked by Glacius. Kelfield coming out, but this is not looking good for Breezy. Master Call comes out on Bubbles to save him just a little bit. Will it be enough? To actually power throw coming out from Aluna does miss Polywog. Feel like he could have got the kill there.
Yeah.
Helix does get a kill onto Trixie. The grip comes out onto Aluna from Polywog. Assistance coming up. Bubbles coming in with a Shell Surf. Doesn't have enough for the Song of the Sea. Take cover comes out. He does get the kill onto Polywog, but he will go down as a result of that. They are pursuing. I think a stun coming out from Hani in 1 second. Yes, he does. It's a lot of action there in just a little bit of time.
Well, like you said, though, I mean, what was Dark Lady doing that whole time? Just more and more farming at the top lane. Sure, Master of Arms is attempting to push this bottom lane, but he is nowhere near the level of Dark Lady right now in this game at the very least. 550 gold per minute. He already has an Abyssal Skull on top of the Steam Boots and Rune Cleaver. We just hit the 15-minute mark. I mean, it's just crazy. It's the chance of coming back from a start like this with any lineup that you have is just very, very, very minimal. But yeah, I think BREZ, and I'm pretty obviously wouldn't be surprised if they are under the same impression. But of course, still gonna kind of give it their best shot here and try to make something happen. But you see Armadon getting caught out here at the top lane. I believe Master's Call was used, but it went off immediately. That's the amount of damage that they actually have. Polywar Priest going to turn around on them, and Polywar Priest will go down the Fork Lightning. Did not hit Dark Lady, so she's not going to be slow. Kelfield going to come out, though, and Dark Lady does have charging strikes in 1 second. She turns around, actually. She's going to bounce to the wall. It's not going to be enough, though. She had the finish down from Hani for support, so big mana plays here from Fnatic. It doesn't end up paying off, though. And actually, Easy Breezy gets a couple of free kills right there. So Fnatic getting a little bit cocky, as they tend to do from time to time.
Look at Bubbles. He's just kind of trapped here.
Oh, wow.
Oh, but he does Shell Surf out.
The stump.
So fine. Yeah. No, I mean, you're seeing the glimpses of Breezy, and like they're not a bad team. They're not. They just had, unfortunately, about as a rough start as you could against probably the best team in HON. It's just really unfortunate, and but I'm sure hopefully they'll. This game is not over. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying it's going to be, a very, very steep hill to climb.
Yeah.
And with Dark Lady being played by Era at such a great start. I mean, he's 514 gold per minute. Well, it's going to be hard. They still have a chance. I mean, he still is susceptible to all these stuns that they have. They have actually a lot of damage coming out with all the stuns, and you put that green goo from Master of Arms on top of it. That's a lot of damage.
Yeah. I think that's the big thing, exactly. The amount of crowd control that this Legion team has. Magnus, oh, he gets the defensive master's call. They're expecting the Silver Bullet to come out right there, and that would have actually been perfect timing. But Witchslayer wisely decides to just back off, just get away, and he's going to be fine. Trixie just bought a portal key as well, by the way, so now that's just another tool that the Legion team is going to have to worry about. Speaking of worrying, the middle tower goes down as well. We are going to have to pause here, so give us a little bit of time to catch up on some other items that have perhaps been picked up. And actually, an interesting item being picked up here in Master of Arms and Energizer. Not an item we really ever see in competitive play. I mean, is this an item that you value at all, or is it just really, is it no surprise that we don't see it at all?
It's no surprise we don't see it. Yeah. I really just don't think the item is that strong right now. I think the duration of it and the mana cost of it, the mana cost is too high for having such a very low duration. It's like 50 mana cost for 5 seconds. I feel like maybe if it was like 7 seconds, it would be good. But 5 seconds is really too short. I mean, yeah, I don't know. I would have liked to see something else. But Witchslayer coming down here using that portal kit that he just picked up, and the Hex coming out, the CC coming out, the Master of Arms. He tries to use the Energizer to get away, but right there you see just not enough. And the Pollywog actually does get the grip off. Hani playing the Behemoth does get the ultimate off on as well on the Armadon, and he will go down. So good job there by Fnatic doing what they do best.
Yeah, just collapsing and rinse and repeat. It's like we're a freaking broken record. But oh, by the way, Dark Lady continuing to push the top lane. But however, he's gonna get caught right here. And that's exactly what Easy Breezy needs to do. Just catch Dark Lady by herself like she tends to be so many times in this game. And just in general for Fnatic, right? That's what Era does. That's their strategy. So yeah, good kill right there. And they deny the tower on top of that. Now it's good and bad. Obviously, they had lost a secondary tower now. But they did at least deny it. So the good news being there. But so it's kind of funny. So they're slowing him down, but he still is 520 plus gold per minute. So I don't know how much slowing down that's necessarily doing. They're going to need to do plenty more of that, but it is a step in the right direction and the beginning of the chance of at least of a comeback here for Easy Breezy. But yeah, so you mentioned the Energizer on Master of Arms. It's probably not the most efficient item choice here to start things off. I mean, yeah, I don't know. What would you rather see? Because do you think he needs to just be putting out more just raw damage for this team?
I honestly think a shrunken head.
Yeah.
Yet again. I mean, look at the enemy team. You got to sit there and think, okay, what do they have? What's going to prevent me from casting my spells in this team fight? Oh, let's see. Glacius is slow. Could be a snare that could maybe screw me up. The Ice Imprisonment can screw me. Witchslayer has 2 different stuns. Behemoth has, well, actually, really 3 if you count the ultimate and the heavyweight, or sorry, enraged with the heavyweight. Dark Lady can silence me. Pollywog has 2. I mean, there's like 10 different ways that this Hellborn team can CC you. So the most natural item would be, let's see, the Shrunken Head so I can cast my spell.
Yeah.
No, I'm not blaming it at all. I'm just saying that item is just very underrated in general. I don't think people buy it enough as quickly as they should. But I did want to say one thing, as Fnatic is taking a Kongor fight here, and it looks like it's going to be a pretty free win, as Fly did a good job of counter-warding here. That pick-off on the Era, the top lane, where the tower was denied, is a perfect example of why Bubbles is so damn good. Because normally you see all these mass CPs, and even a hero like Dark Lady, who does have an escape mechanism with those charging strikes, who can get away. Bubbles, just, no. You get those mass TPs in Bubbles Kelpfield, you can't get away. Yeah. I mean, that is why Bubbles is so good. This is one of the few reasons why Bubbles is so damn good in this kind of game.
Yeah, to keep stressing him, and there's a reason why we do see him pretty much every single competitive game in Heroes of Newer, this as you're kind of stating right there, and more. So Master of Arms is going to try to clean up some Ancients with Armadon right here, at least a couple of stacks going on, so going to spread the farm a little bit. Now, Master of Arms does pick up a Life Tube, and that actually scares me a little bit because you would think that that's going to eventually turn into a Nullstone, and I was thinking about that. You look at the Hellborn team, I don't know how useful a Nullstone is going to necessarily be against. I mean, you got Mana Drain, you got Taint Soul, you have so many. It's one of those things that's like, sure, there's plenty of single target abilities that would be good against, but there's just so many to the point of it's probably just not worth it. So, yeah, I don't know about that, but.
Yeah, I just don't understand. I mean, it feels like it should just be shouting out at you, like, shrunken head, shrunken head. But I don't understand. Maybe people feel like, I don't know, there's some stigma with shrunken head where it's like, well, I won't be able to get my full damage potential out with it.
Yeah.
It's like we're not going to be getting your full damage potential out if you died.
Oh, we see Polywop jumping in right here. The Armadon gets Ward Trap. Good Magnus stun up to the side, though, trying to distract him a little bit, but Armadon will end up falling. Darkling just doing too much damage. Magnus going to end up falling as well. Master of Farms, what are you thinking? You're not a melee hero. He just charges in freaking Rambo style. He is going to turn around and use the Energizer, but the Taint Soul comes out, and you see he's completely slowed now, and down he goes after the charging strikes. Aluna falls as well, and that's a genocide for Fnatic Rayco, and I got to think if you're easy breezy here, you're probably going to be along the lines of, yeah, let's go ahead and move on to game number 2. In fact, there we go. There's a vote to concede. GG's coming out, and we are going to be heading to game number 2 with Fnatic Rayco currently up 1-0 here in this series. So, you know, it started in the jungle there up top, 5 versus 4, crazy start to the game, but 3 kills happening for Fnatic, then Easy Breezy didn't get anything out of it, and just right from there, they just seemed like they couldn't recover, so.
Yeah, unfortunately, that had to happen for Breezy, and hopefully that doesn't happen for the next game as well, because there's no team I wouldn't want, or there's no team I would like not want to have that start against than Fnatic.
Yeah.
I mean, they're a team, once they get a lead, they usually press that lead, and they usually don't screw up. Yeah. They usually don't screw up, but well played by Fnatic. They did play their game. I mean, Dark Lady, no surprise there. It's an extremely strong hero. Arrow plays it very well. Hani on Behemoth. Trixie played a fantastic Witch Slayer that game also, and I said it earlier, but Fly drafting it so that Trixie in the long lane Witch Slayer was going up against solo Bubbles. That's a very, very bold and risky move, because if there was more than Bubbles there, if Bubbles had gone suicide and they had some sort of pseudo tri-lane bottom, that you could expect that Witch Slayer would get absolutely nothing. And what they'd have to do is send their tri-lane bottom, but even then you have a Witch Slayer tri-lane, which is already weak because Witch Slayer is going to get low levels, he's not going to get levels quickly, and very bold move, but nonetheless, Fly called it. He probably just was that confident that they were going to send Bubbles bottom, and they dominated because of it.
He was correct, yeah. So, again, that does it for game number 1, guys. And, of course, Fnatic Rayco now up 1-0, but it is a best out of 3. So game number 2 going to be coming up here. By the way, one shout-out to make. Go to DreamHoN Space Party in the HON client. If you want to join that channel, DreamHoN Space Party, you can actually join in discussions that's going on about the game, have a chance to win some gold or coins as well. So Xander K, the SD Community Manager, is leading that. So definitely check that out. Game number 2, though, around the corner. Once again, I was Breaking CBK. Joining me is Trial Pomodoro. Stay tuned. Coming up next.